the SAVE Act, which is the House of Representatives is going to vote. It's HR 8281, the Safeguard American Voters Eligibility Act, or SAVE Act. It was introduced by Chip Roy. It would protect and preserve the right of American citizens to vote by requiring states to obtain proof of citizenship in person. Okay, that should be a no-brainer, guys. When registering as individuals to vote, requiring states to remove non-citizens from existing voter rolls. Do you guys? I'm gonna say that again. Requiring states to remove non-citizens from existing voter rolls, meaning non-citizens are voting in our elections. Let's just put that to the side. And for all the brainwashed people out there that don't get it, it was passed in the House. I want you guys all to know who the enemy of the people are. Your enemy is. Out of the 400 guys, how many people are in the House? 435, I think.
Five, yep.
Somewhere around there.
Yep.
198 Democrats voted against it. So Brandon, or one of you guys said, Umberto, you said earlier, not all Democrats are bad. Well, apparently all of them are, except 5 who voted for the SAVE Act. So I want you guys. This is, again, guys. The left cannot win fair and square. Let that sink into your freaking minds for the people that don't get it. I know the majority of the viewers on this channel get what we're saying. We're not all trying to pat each other on the back, but the small portion of you guys that talk crap and are in the chat trying to talk shit, they're cheaters. Plain and simple, okay? And if they can't win, they're going to cheat. That's why the border's been wide open for 3.5 years. That's why young girls are getting sexually assaulted, I don't want to say the R word, and murdered in the hands of illegals. That's why thousands, we can't account for 100,000 children at the border, all right, that are getting sex trafficked. That's why over 300,000 Americans in the past 3.5 years have died from fentanyl, okay? It's all for votes. It's all for the Democrats staying in power. They don't care if we live or we die, okay? They are, and I'm going to say this again, literally, the enemy of the people, guys. And until we do something about it, they're going to continue to get away with it. They're going to continue to destroy this country. And I've had enough of it, all right? And Kelly's going to play this video. Now, dude, it boils my blood. Then you have Hakeem Jeffries standing up there, and he's trying to say that, we got to let everybody vote. And it's basically racist. And I love that this loser keeps using extreme MAGA Republicans. He said it about Project 2025, and he says it here about the SAVE Act. Kelly, please play the clip.
Only citizens can vote for the United States Senate. Only citizens can vote for the presidency of the United States. So this extreme MAGA Republican voter suppression bill is not designed to solve any problem on behalf of the American people. It is designed to jam people up and prevent Americans from voting. The extreme MAGA Republican voter suppression.
Guys, okay, do you hear this? Do you hear this rhetoric from the left? Extreme MAGA Republican voter suppression. It's to make voting the way it's supposed to be. Only U.S. citizens. So do you see how they're flipping it? It's like, bro, the Democrats aren't even hiding it anymore. So I know that we're all distracted over here about Biden. Is he losing his mind? Is Jill in charge? Is it Obama? They don't give two shits, brother. They're going to be fine regardless because of this. Because illegals can vote. And I saw some videos on X of illegals going to get driver's licenses, illegals, and getting registration forms at the DMV to vote. Okay, so I don't want anybody surprised, guys, because all we've ever done is talk. I don't want nobody surprised. Come election night, whoever it is, it could be a bag of stones, okay? It could be just a bag of sand. That thing will win because the system has been already set up with all the mail-in voting and the illegal registration of all these freaking illegals. And I think, bro, the damage has been done, man. The fix is in regardless who it is. And the SAVE Act, bro, if it doesn't pass, I don't know, Connor, did you say that it got knocked down in the Senate, or they haven't voted?
They're jamming it up. I don't think it's officially been shut down. I think they just blocked early voting on it. But regardless, it's not going to pass the Senate because the House is Republican majority. That's why it passed.
Yep.
Those 5 Democrats weren't really enough to push it over the edge. But the Senate is Democrat controlled, and it's very unlikely that the Democrats are all going to break with their party and vote for it. And on the off chance that happens, Biden has already said as soon as it hits my desk, I'm vetoing it.
Yeah.
So there's unfortunately no chance for the SAVE Act to take effect. The Democrats have done a full court press on making sure everybody knows we're not backing this. We do not endorse the idea that only Americans should vote. And I think it's important to clarify what's happening here, because there's sort of a misunderstanding about how the non-citizen illegal voting thing is being done. In select cases, non-citizens are on voter rolls. They are receiving ballots. Mike Johnson put out a whole thing for House Republicans detailing cases where that happens. Mm-hmm. But in large part, the way it works is that non-citizens are counted for ballot distribution, but never receive a ballot, because those ballots are immediately sent to Democrat operatives to fill out. So it's not so much that non-citizens are voting as it is non-citizens are being counted for who should vote to create extra slots for Democrats to insert votes for their own benefit.
And they had the census, too,
exactly.
to give more congressional seats.
And think about how on the ballot it asks you, did someone else prepare this for you? Mm-hmm. Why the hell should that even be allowed?
Yeah, like
I can't read this in
if
English.
You say yes on it.
Yeah, I can't read this in English or the other 5 languages that they've provided it to me in. Someone else is obviously doing it for you then, and doing it on your behalf. How is that allowed?
And that is because Democrats have the most powerful ballot harvesting operations. And Republicans can't match it, because Democrats go into inner cities and go from block to block to block of Democrat voters and gather up all their ballots to do whatever they want with them.
That's why Republicans the cuck party, though,
yeah,
because they sit
Republicans
around
can't
and
do
watch
it
while
in
Democrats bend America over, because they could do the exact same thing. They raise the exact same amount of money, but they don't do it. They're not as aggressive. It's like door-to-door sales versus, cold calling. One's much more aggressive than the other.
Republicans can't really do ballot harvesting in the same way, just in the sense that where Republican voters are, it's more widely spread out. You could do ballot harvesting out in the rural areas of Republican voters. It's just harder to pull off, because a Democrat operative hits one inner city apartment block and gets hundreds of votes, whereas that might take 3 days for a Republican ballot harvester out in the country. And that's to say nothing of the Democrat operations in nursing homes and other places like that, where they just go around and get old people's mail-in ballots.
They have a system in place, though. The Republicans don't even try to do it. I've never heard of Republicans ballot harvesting.
No, Republicans condemn ballot harvesting.
Only that one kid, Scott
Pressler,
the persistence guy, and he gets people to actually vote.
Does.
Yeah.
Well, but
they should be doing that from the RNC level.
This point right here should get everyone furious. Okay, I went to have dinner with Mr. Roger Stone. We had a nice dinner, Italian restaurant, whatever. And the only time I saw him visibly mad, furious, is the inaction of Republicans when it comes to this thing.
Cuck party.
Because I did ask him, I was like, what are Republicans doing about this? Because we saw what happened on the last election. Yep. And they are not doing enough. Like, they started doing things, but it's too little too late. And just for the people at home, I want to, because we talked over this, but I want to give the guys and everyone at home, so they can make their own mind, a timeline of this happening. So the bill passed the House on July 11, a few days ago, or yesterday. I don't even know the days anymore. Anyway, the 5 Democrats that I want to name their names, because it's important to, so people start getting acquainted with the people that are voting and how they're voting. So the 5 Democrats that voted against this act is Henry Cuellar from Texas, Don Davis from RNC, Jared Golden, Vicente Gonzalez, and Marie Glusenkamp Perez. And there was 4 Republicans that abstained from voting. You guys want to take guesses?
Liz.
Go ahead.
The first guy that abstained from the vote, very important vote. I don't know the reasons, and there's a name that will surprise you here. The first one was Dan Crenshaw.
Oh, that piece of shit.
That doesn't surprise me.
Piece of shit.
Compromised.
Doesn't surprise you. The second person was from Texas, Kay Garner.
Don't know.
Jake LaTurner from Kansas, and
Brittany Griner.
Okay, sorry. And Thomas Macy, that maybe he abstained. He wasn't present there.
I don't like that.
Well, his wife just died.
Yeah.
So
was he away for that?
So these weren't voting present. These were abstaining from voting, which means some of them were absent. 10 Democrats also did not vote.
Yeah, I think Massey's not there. Yeah, I think Massey's not there. Trust me, Massey. You already know who he is.
We already
that
know
guy
who he
would
is.
never sit at that one out. So I think he's somewhere. But Omento, you're saying though these people voted for the SAVE Act. These people are voting for it. The Democrats, those are good. Those people are voting for it. But again, they can be controlled opposition, bro. They're like, okay, at least 5 of us got to get in there. At least a couple of us. We can't all be those people. You know what I mean?
Well, Cuellar from Texas is currently getting jammed up on a bunch of stuff by what seems like, establishment investigations against him and everything. So these are people who broke with, because I did a report for VT.com a couple days ago. The House Minority Whip said that her office sent out a thing. All Democrats are urged to vote no. And they laid out, this is a voter disenfranchisement bill. It's going to make it impossible for American citizens to vote. The same old lines. They want every possible person voting.
So yeah,
It's racist for them to take that angle and say that you're stopping people from voting for making them get a license. That's somehow harder for black people to get a license.
No.
So yeah, just getting those names out there. This is gonna go to the Senate. It probably won't pass. They wouldn't even consider it before because they also control the timing of this, so they might push it back. And then you have President Biden openly said that he wasn't gonna go for it. So that's that, Vinny.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired. It drives me freaking nuts, bro. But all we can do is hope and pray. Hope and pray that something changes till then.
Yeah, what's interesting is that the entire knock against people who were upset about the results of the 2020 election were that we're trying to destroy democracy and election integrity must be established. We must save the integrity of these elections. And then here we are 4 years later where it doesn't look like the election is going in the direction you want. So all of a sudden the integrity of that election really doesn't matter anymore. We need to let anybody that wants to vote. This is a democratic process, whether they're a legal citizen of this country or not. At this day and age, and no offense, if you're out there, you don't got a driver's license or a government form of ID, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. You're a fucking loser. How do you walk around life without any type of fucking photo ID? Yeah. It should be you need to have this to prove to people that you're a functioning member of society and not a fucking loser.